Hey everybody, welcome back to DIY Boomboxes in Texas. My name is Phil, your host, and I just want to give you guys a little quick tip that I was thinking about while I was doing this build right here. Now this build here is going to have a very large battery, and the reason being is even though the battery is very wide, it's very narrow, and I'm going to be installing these Scar audio speakers, and they're quite deep, so I needed a very shallow mount battery. But what I wanted to show you is, I've talked about before about lining your inside of your box with the dyno mat to absorb the sound. But here's something very also important. Now, you don't have to do these on the 50 cals. They're not that powerful, but if you're going to be over 100 watts on your build, like this one's going to be 200 watts, go ahead and wrap your battery in the dyno mat. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to do that, because the speakers are going to be right here against this battery. And what's going to happen is if you have the battery just a hard surface, what's going to happen is the sound is going to come off the speaker from the backside. It's going to hit this hard surface and reflect back and hit the speaker. So as the speaker might be trying to come back, the pressure from the reflection might be trying to push the speaker back forward. It's going to be hearing its own echo, and the speaker's not going to be working as efficiently as it could. But with the dyno mat, it's going to absorb that sound that's hitting this flat surface right here and not let it reflect back as hard back at the speaker. And I've also wrapped this side because the other speakers can be facing this way. So if you're going to be using a lead acid battery, which means you're going to have a very larger, more powerful project, go ahead and wrap your battery. And I go ahead and wrap the top too, because that way the sound's not bouncing off the top and bouncing around in your box. So this way it's going to give you the most efficiently that you can. The speaker is going to work really great, and it's just going to make your build sound better. And also, please wrap the inside of your build with the dyno mat. Mine's got some silver paint in here from when I painted, but it is completely wrapped with the dyno mat, and that's going to keep the sound from bouncing around inside the box. And if you don't do this, I've heard the difference. It does make like a hollow sound. The music doesn't sound very deep or rich. It sounds almost echoey, but this really, sound deadening really makes a difference. I know it's not cheap. You can buy it in smaller quantities. I pay $50 a box because one box will do several builds, but you can get a smaller quantity if you just need it for one build. Even on your coolers, it's still a hard surface in there. So you want to do that to help keep that sound from bouncing around in your box like a big echo chamber. So anyway, guys, that's just my little tip there. Like I said, I don't do it on the smaller boxes like the 50 cals. They're only about 50 watts because it really doesn't make that big of a difference. But when you're doing a bigger build like this, where the speakers are a lot closer to the battery and the batteries are much bigger and the speakers are much closer, this really makes a difference. So just be careful, because this does conduct electricity. To try not to get it near the terminals, because you could cross the terminals like that. So I go ahead and just wrap everything that I can. I don't wrap the back though, because the back is going to have Velcro on the back and on the bottom, which is going to stick it to the wall. So I'm not worried about the sound on the back of the battery. It's going to be against the wall there. So anyway, guys, I hope that little tip helps you in your builds. If you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. If you are a builder yourself and you want some help, or you want to join a great group and show off your work, check us out on Facebook at I Love All Things Radio and Audio. That's I Love All Things Radio and Audio. And thank you for watching. Thank you to my subscribers. I already got another build done for today. I'm working on this one, so I'm going to have some videos up this weekend. So be sure to look for this. This one's going to have an American flag on the back and on the top, and it's got a black lid, so it's going to look really cool. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.